Good morning, students. Today we are going to see the topic protocols, and we are going to see protocols that is a part of chapter 1, Internet Services. So we all know that the protocol is a set of rules that we are using in communications. What is the protocols? It is a set of rules that are being used in the communications. Communications means when we are going to transfer any data from one computer to the another computer, we are going to send any files from one computer to the another computer, that is called communications. Clear? So here in the computer, communications are transferring data between two computers. So here whenever we are transferring data, it has to follow some rules, and that rules is called as a what? Protocols. Clear? So now we have a first protocols, that name is a TCP/IP. What is the full form of the TCP/IP? It is a transmission control protocol slash internet protocol. Whenever computer A transfer the data to computer B, the first protocol it follows, that one is a what? TCP/IP. Without TCP/IP, no any computer can send the data from one place to another place. Either it is a form of network, either it is a form of client server architecture. The TCP/IP protocols are being used to send the data from one place to another place. Now we are going to see how the TCP/IP is working. We are going to see how the TCP/IP is working. The TCP/IP is made up of two protocols, TCP and IP. When computer A transfer the data to the computer B. Suppose computer A transfer the data hi. Yeah, hello. The computer A transfer data hello to the computer B. So we all know that when the data will transfer, it has to go by this medium, and this is a what? Wired medium. Now we have a different types of wire. We have a coaxial cable also. We have a fiber optical also. These all wires, they have a fixed length of data. That means they can carry a time. They can carry 1 byte. They can carry 2 byte. It depends upon the which type of wires are being used in our communications. Clear? So when these wires are used to send the data from one place to another place, so this wire has a fixed length of data. Clear? So what the TCP will do, the TCP at the sender point, it may break all the data into the small packets according to the size of the channel, the size of the mediums that are being used. H, E, L, L, O. And the TCP will allocate the sequence number of these all packets, and then after it may also give the here what? Destination address where the data has to what? Reach. So what is the work of TCP at the sender address? It has to break the data into the small packets according to the length or according to the size of the wire, and it allocate the sequences. Now the work of IP will start. What is the work of IP? the IP is responsible to transmit these data packets into the wired or into the channel, and it also ensures the shortest and fastest route by which the data has to be reached to the destinations. At the destination address, again the work of what it will start, TCP, whatever the data are reached here, it will reassemble the data and it will show the data here on the B. So that is the work of what? TCP IP. Once more, what is the work of TCP IP? It is used to transfer the data from one place to another place. At the sender address, what the TCP will do, it will break the data into the small packets according to the size of the cable, yeah, according to the size of the mediums, whatever you have used. And then if once here I will tell, suppose if we are talking about the network, if we are talking about the network, so network means this is a computer 1, this is a computer 2, this is a computer 3, and this is a computer 4. Clear? A, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if it is a networks, maybe they are the more than one computers are connected, and these all are connected to each other like that. Clear? So when this computer sends data hello, so hello will convert into the small packets by using the TCP IP. Clear? Now computer 1 send data to the 4. Then what is the work of IP? IP will see out of these all connections which routes are free. What is the work of IP? It will decide a route, which route are free, which route are the fastest route. Clear? And all the packets will transmit by the routes that is IP decided. So that is the work of IP. So this is the first protocol, TCP IP. It is used to transfer the data from one place to the another place. Now we have another protocol. That name is FTP. What is the full form of FTP? File Transfer Protocol. Before going to explain about the file transfer protocols, we should have to know about the uploading, and we should have to also know about what? Downloading. What is uploading and what is downloading? Because in the uploading and downloading, which protocols are being used? FTP protocols are used. In the board, many times this question is asked. In the uploading and in downloading, which protocols are being used? So which protocols are being used? That name is what? FTP, and the full form of FTP is what? File Transfer Protocols. Now look here, what is uploading? When we copy any data or files from client computer to remote computer, this process is called as uploading. Uploading means when we copy the data from client computer to the what? Server computer. For example, we have seen example lot of times we are uploading the photos on our Facebook. So what we are doing from our mobile by using the browser, by using the app, it work like a client. Clear? And what is the Facebook? It is server. So when we are copy our photos from our mobiles to the Facebook server, so that is called as what? Uploading. And what is the downloading? When we are copying the data from server computer to the remote computer, that is called as a what? Downloading. So in the uploading and in the downloading, which protocols are being used? FTP. And I told you earlier, in the transferring the data, which protocols are being used? What? TCP IP. So FTP use the TCP/IP to transfer the data from one system to the another system. Clear? It decides which type of files you are transferring. Clear? Which type of data you have transferred, how the data has to be transferred, how the data has to be sold to the client and server. This all who will decide? Which protocols? FTP. So that is the use of FTP protocols. In the FTP, we have a two FTP client and what? FTP server. FTP client means if we are uploading, so we can say our computer what works like a FTP client and server computers works like a what? FTP server. So when any data has to be transferred, it should follow the which architecture? Client and server architecture. Now what is the client and server architecture? In the client server architecture, client, we know that our computer is client, server means where we are transferring the data over the internet, that is a server. So in the client server architecture, the first initiative is taken by what? Client. Clear? So in the FTP, when we are transferring the data, who will send the request to the server? FTP client. Clear? After getting request from the client, the server will reply, yeah, data is being transmitted or not. If the data is going to be transmitted, then it will send a request to the client, yeah, you can make the connections and you can establish the connections, and then the data is being transferred. That is a working order of what? FTP client and FTP server. So my dear students, thank you. Today is only that much. In the next class, we will see other protocols as HTTP is there, how it is working. Thank you, class.